Mr. Puffin was always around. He lived in that small blue house right around the corner from Peace Park. The story is that when the rest of the neighborhood was paved over and made into apartments, Mr. Puffin wouldn't sell his house. Companies started to build around the house, and Mr. Puffin stayed put.
He lived in the oldest house in the neighborhood. Almost all of us had visited at various points in our lives. The inside of the house was very noticeably taken care of, but it had its fair share of wear. I mean, it's almost a century old. Mr. Puffin would throw these cute little neighborhood events like pumpkin carving, cookouts, and Christmas parties. It was always the best time. He made everything seem just a little bit more charming.
He'd throw these little barbecues for the college kids that were around. Once every month in the summertime. He was always smiling.
I remember going to those barbecues he'd throw in the summertime. All of the families downtown would go. It would end up being this whole day-long event. It seemed as though he was this sort of, almost like, an eternal guardian of the southern part of downtown.
He had this cute little dog that acted as though it was as old as he was. I'm pretty sure it was deaf and blind. He would take her on walks every day right around 3 p.m. and wave to literally everyone who passed him. That's how most people knew him. The weird thing is, none of us ever saw him with any family members, just friends. I don't think he ever got married. He loved that little dog, though, like it was his child.
Mr. Puffin hated construction, but it was always happening downtown. He said the noise seemed unnatural, but he knew that progress was going to occur, no matter how annoying it was.
Everybody loved him. He was the kindest man in town. I'm pretty sure half of the city showed up to his funeral. I was there. There were like 200 people there.
Some of the college guys from down the street sneak into the house at night to throw parties now. Mr. Puffin probably wouldn't have liked that.
Whether you remember one thing or everything about him, Mr. Puffin will always be a part of this neighborhood and a part of this city.